feel like the white's a little bit too much. Does the white kind of look odd on me? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not gonna wear white in any more videos. Anyways, ¿qué pasa YouTube? What's up? How's it going, everybody? Have for y'all today the team builder for week number 9 of the APA Season 2. And this week we are facing somebody that I kind of like to see as our actual rival, and that is going to be Mr. Randy, HLD Productions, coach of the Texas Rangers, the man that we beat to win GBA D-League Season 3. So if you guys do not know who Randy is, definitely check him out, guys. Channel link and stuff will be down in the description. So the thing about this matchup against Randy, even though we are 2-0 against Randy, he has a very scary team. I think he's only lost 1 or 2 matches, I think. I really don't know. For some reason, we're not keeping up with like wins and losses just yet, or the doc is being made currently, but I think he's only lost like 1 or 3 times. It's one of those. So Randy has a very terrifying squad this time around, and there was something I wanted to say, but I absolutely forgot, and it escaped my mind. I don't know what I was going to say, but yeah, if I remember it, then yeah, what's up, how's it going? So yeah, we are facing Randy for week number 9, this time for PGBL. And looking at the team preview here, the crazy thing about Randy's draft is that he can literally dictate speed tiers. The man has webs to slow stuff down for his hard hitters like Shaman, Thundurus, offensive Mew, potentially offensive Ninetales even. He also has 3 phenomenal Trick Roomers in Mew, Cofagrigus, however you want to pronounce it, and Stakataka. We all know how terrifying Stakataka in Trick Room can really be. That is one of his Z-Move Mons. Also, he has some pretty nice speedy Mons like a Shaman, Mew, Thundurus, and Alolan Ninetales. Thundurus being one of his Z-Mons is absurdly terrifying to potentially deal with as well. So we will have to be careful with that. But for the most part, again, top 6 Mons are what I'm mainly expecting. I don't think Drampa and the Mega Camel are coming to this matchup because we have Klefki, we have Snorlax for both of them. I can kind of see Hariyama potentially coming. Like, I can see Hariyama maybe coming over something like Shaman or Stakataka. I feel like Shaman has a decent enough matchup in this game, mainly because he needs... Oh, excuse me, sorry. He needs either physically defensive Shaman or physically defensive Mew. And actually, the great thing about this matchup is that Mew, if it's not running Defog plus Stealth Rocks, which it shouldn't be anyways, because if it's defensive, so he needs to have, I think anyways, he needs to have Soft Bolt and Ice Beam at least to deal with Zygarde. Which means if he's running Stealth Rock and Defog, that means he only has Ice Beam as an offensive move. Or he could try to choose between Defog or Stealth Rocks in that case. I guess maybe he could go Defog on Mew and then try to have Stealth Rocks on Stakataka, but then that means he doesn't have an offensive move. Or if he's got Rocks on Camel, then that could be perfectly fine as well. But part of me almost feels like neither Stakataka or Mega Camel are potentially going to come to this game just because of what we have. So Mew needs to fulfill a lot of different roles in this match, and as soon as I find out what role Mew is fulfilling and what moves it has, it will allow me to play better around it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our first team member here. We have Child's Play, aka Klefki. We are running enough Spadef Bolt to not get to a KO'd by non-Life Orb Thundurus. So if he's like Z-Move Thundurus, he shouldn't be able to 2 KO us. Although if he does bring Thundurus, I fully expect it to be Nasty Plot, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, and then Focus Blast. Because the thing about it is, even if he gets up a Nasty Plot, +2 Thunderbolt still does little to no damage to Snorlax. And I'm pretty sure that Randy is going to try and fully prepare for Snorlax this time around, considering that that is what swept him in the GBA D-League Finals and what gave us our victory. So I expect them to try and prepare for Snorlax. So Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice, and Focus Blast are the 3 offensive moves I expect Thundurus to run in this match. Or I suppose he could go like a Superpower Taunt set potentially, but I don't think he's going to bring Life Orb. I really feel like Z-move Thundurus makes a lot of sense in this matchup, so we should have, I'm pretty sure we do have enough bulk. I'll make sure to double check the calcs before the actual match tomorrow. But we should have enough Spadef bulk to guarantee live 2 Thunderbolts, and then from there we can play rough, we can spike even potentially, or get off a last ditch effort defog. And again, if you look at Randy's team, he only has 2 hazard removals. I'm like 90% sure that Drampal learns defog, but I really don't think he's gonna bring defog on Drampal. Like, well, why would you bring defog? You need dual stab and a fire type move. Maybe Thunderbolt, I guess. Focus Blast. I think he gets Focus Blast. I don't know. I guess maybe he could run like Defog with Dual Stab and Fire Blast. I don't know. Okay, so if he has Defog on Drampal, then it may not be too surprising, but like I don't expect them to want to bring it. And then if he doesn't have Defog on Mew, then that means he's not gonna have hazard removal or anything else if he doesn't bring Drampal. So my spikes essentially will be here to stay for the remainder of the match, and legitimately his entire team was grounded except for the Thundurus. So if I can spike stack him, his team's going to be taking so much entry hazard damage, which is amazing. Flash Cannon, of course, is really only for the Ninetales, and we are actually running a sassy nature because we still should outspeed everything that is not speed invested at 85 speed. So I wasn't too concerned about lowering my speed in this matchup because I still want to be able to do as much damage as possible with Play Rough and Flash Cannon, and then the rest of our AVs are dumped into physical defense to try and take hits just a little bit better, because I really didn't feel like it was worth putting those extra AVs into our special attack or physical attack when Flash Cannon and Play Rough really aren't doing too much damage in the end. So next off, we have Tego the Necrozma. Now, yes, you do see Psychic. That is not a mistake. That is not an error. He does not have a Dark type on his team, which means physically defensive Calm Mind Necrozma can just win late game. We have some nice support for this Necrozma, as you guys will see when the team unfolds more. And yeah, we are running Stealth Rocks, but that's just because I really didn't feel like I needed an extra coverage move. And again, if he doesn't have Defog Mew or he doesn't bring Drampal, he has no hazard removal, so I can spike stack him and then get up Stealth Rocks, which means his team's gonna need to be taking that 12% from rocks, and then the 12% from spikes, or 16% if I get up 2 layers of spikes, and then the extra damage if I get up 3 layers of spikes and I get up Stealth Rocks in this match. And that is going to be very bad for Randy, because then he's not going to be able to switch in and out as much as he would like to. His switches are going to be limited, his walls are going to be severely weakened, and even if he does bring Trick Room offense, they are going to be weakened every time they try to switch in and out, which is going to ultimately help me in the long run of the battle. Physically defensive Necrozma honestly deals with so much on his team, and then whatever hits me on the special side, if I get up a Calm Mind or 2, then they're not able to do anything to me, and then from there I just spam Psychic for free against his entire team. The main reason I wanted Psychic as opposed to Photon Geyser, while yeah, the 10% extra power is really nice, it's just a matter of me needing that extra PP, because there's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to safely Calm Mind, and if I'm going to be spamming Psychic, I don't want to only spam 8 Photon Geysers. By having 16 Psychics, that gives me double the amount of stab that I can spam in this matchup, which again is very free against his team. So that's really good. Also, unless Stakataka is offensive with Life Orb, I don't think there's actually any way he can 2-hit KO me. That's why we're actually running a relaxed nature with 0 speed IVs. I think we still... Actually, hold on. These are the stats at level 50. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we still outspeed everything that is not speed invested. So that's going to be really nice in this game. Like late game, if this Calm Mind's up and he doesn't see it coming, this can honestly just win. With Hazard support and our final, and one of our other Mons support, this thing can just put in so much work. So moving on to the next Mon here, we have good old Bam Bam making his return. We don't got Munchies this week because Bam Bam wanted in on this match against Randy. This is the 3rd time that we will have Actually, no, I don't think we had Snorlax in our first game. This will be the second time that we have Snorlax against Randy. And as I mentioned earlier, I really expect him to try and prepare for this Snorlax, but that's exactly why I want to bring it. Because if he thinks that I'm going to expect him to prepare for this and not bring it, he may try to prepare for a different set. Originally, I wanted to go with something like Immunity, Toxic, Protect Snorlax, but ultimately Recycle Figgy Berry Curselax is honestly just so good in this matchup, guys. Like, outside of Hariyama, there's really nothing that can stop this Snorlax. Even if the Cofagrigus burns me, it doesn't matter. I'll just get up to +6 and go for Earthquake. I mean, I guess, yeah, he could have like Haze. That would obviously be something to watch out for, but for the most part, Snorlax is still just a really good pivot mod in this game. I switch into Ninetales, into Specially Offensive Thundurus, into Cofagrigus, the Camel, Drampaw, Specially Offensive Mew, and even Shaman as well. Like, Snorlax really has such a good matchup in this game that there was really no reason for me to not bring it. So I'm really hoping that Snorlax again can just kind of put in the work against Randy. And outside of that, there's not really much else to say about this Snorlax set. This can just switch into, again, most of his specially offensive mons, curse up, recycle accordingly, and just kind of go from there. Actually, one thing I will be changing is making my HP to an even HP stat. I just noticed that. Luckily, we play tomorrow and not in a couple minutes, so I'll definitely have time to fix that. So moving on to the next team member here, we have good old Sneasel, aka Moody, making her return. And the great thing about Sneasel is that if you look at his team, there's not really much that he has for Sneasel. This legitimately outspeeds everything. Everything. Like, really, like, there's nothing he has to outspeed this that is not going to be Scarf or in Trick Room, essentially. So that's where Taunt actually really comes in handy. I can taunt the Mew, I can taunt the Cofagrigus, and then I can taunt the Stakataka if it really comes down to it. Brick Break does about 80-ish%, I want to say, and while Low Kick is a straight OHKO on Stakataka, the main reason why I want Brick Break is in case he does get up the Auroraville. Like, yeah, we have Defog on Klefki, and I know my plan is to Hazard stack him, but Defog is not really going to be used unless it's like an absolute last-ditch effort thing, and I don't want to put myself in a position of where I'm like, oh, I don't have defog, I really wish I had defog so I could defog this turn. I don't want to get in that position, so that's why I have defog, mainly just as a last resort. But for the most part, my plan is to hazard stack him, break down his team, and Sneasel also does really help out Necrozma because Sneasel can weaken his only psychic resists in Mew and the Stakataka, which is going to be really, really amazing. And we really didn't need a Ice Shard or Pursuit in this matchup, I think, because again, we already outspeed everything. Like, yeah, I guess Ice Shard would be nice in Trick Room, but we're not really doing too much damage to his Trick Room offensive mons unless it's Drampaw, so I really didn't think I needed that. Plus, Knockoff and Icicle Crash are very free against his team. Like, between those two moves, we're going to be doing a lot of damage to his team, and then Taunt can honestly catch something off guard, which is what I'm really hoping for. So yeah, have high expectations for Sneasel in this match. Next off, we have probably the most interesting set on this team. And that is Bulky, Speedy, Swords Dance, Toxic Spike. I don't even know what the title of this set. But yeah, we have Swords Dance and Toxic Spikes. He has no poison type. No poison type at all. So my plan is to lead with Scolipede. With us running max HP EVs, we should be guaranteed to live any one hit from whatever he wants to lead with, and then we can get up a layer of T-Spikes, or get up 2 depending on how things go. Or if my plans change, I can save Scolipede for later. We can Sword Dance up, and between Mega Horn and Poison Jab, something that is not Cofagrigus or Stakataka is going to get absolutely mollywopped by our Dual Stab at +2, even if we're not running any attack investment. Lumberry is super nice if he does run a Prankster Thunder Wave Thundurus, or if he runs Will-O-Wisp on his Mew, which again, I really expect Mew to have Soft Boiled and Ice Beam at least. If he's got the Will-O-Wisp, that means he most likely doesn't have a Psychic type move, and he either has Defog or Stealth Rock, potentially Trick Room, as his final move. So that means that Scolipede can just consistently boost up on Mew and then eventually beat it if he doesn't have Will-O-Wisp or he doesn't have Psychic. So that's going to be really nice, and I will have to obviously scout out for that. But again, for the most part, I think like 8 out of 10 times I will be leading with this, trying to get up at least 1 layer of T-Spikes, hopefully 2, and then from there I can stack him with my Klefki and my Necrozma, and then eventually just apply pressure and be able to beat him down. So yeah, we are running all 3 forms of hazards, no sticky webs obviously, but we are running spikes, T-Spikes, and Stealth Rock. So simple, or like the simplest scenario, like best case scenario is that I get up 2 layers of T-Spikes, Stealth Rocks, and at least 2 layers of Spikes. I don't really know if I can get up 3 layers of Spikes, but I am pretty positive I can get up 2 layers of Spikes. The least best scenario, I guess, I don't really know how to phrase it, would be to get up 1 layer of T-Spikes, 1 layer of regular Spikes, and then get up Rocks. So that's kind of like my range that I'm aiming for. At least 1 of every hazard, or 2 T-Spikes, 2 Spikes, and then Stealth Rocks. If possible, get up all 3 layers. And then at that point, that's going to be absolutely amazing, because this, again, can really still put in a lot of work. If this is able to get up 2 layers of T-Spikes along with being able to Swords Dance late game, that's going to be pretty awesome, honestly. So we're going to see exactly how much work this set can actually do, because I do have a lot of high hopes for this set. And then finally off, we have a Tsareena, aka Tsareena, making her return since like week 4, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I need to change Leaf Guard to Queenly Majesty. So yeah, I gotta fix the HPVs on Snorlax and change the ability on Tsareena. And don't worry, I will definitely be doing that. I will not be forgetting this time. So Tsareena doesn't really do too much in this match. Again, so Defog is really only on the team as a last-ditch effort. But that's where Rapid Spin comes in handy. So if he does try to get up Rocks against me, potentially even Webs, I can spin them away, hopefully. U-Turn is really nice to be able to gain me momentum and just do some scouting. The Power Whip is really nice to hit his entire team for some solid damage. I think it also does like 35–40ish% depending on how much bulk Thundurus is actually running, which is really good. Cobra Berry is just in case he does have Hidden Power Flying, or he turns out to have a Fly in general. Part of me really does not expect him to bring Sludge Wave or just Sludge Wand, whichever one Thundurus learns, because again, it needs Thunderbolt, it needs Hidden Power Ice, a setup move with Nasty Plot, and then if he doesn't have Focus Blast, then he can't touch my Snorlax. So I really expect him to have Focus Blast for Snorlax to be able to absolutely nuke it. So in that case, we can easily tank HP Ices, get off some nice chip damage with Power Whip, sacrifice Tsareena, and then Revenge Kill Thundurus, or chew a hit, U-turn, and then Revenge Kill Thundurus, and go from there. So yeah, Tsareena doesn't really do too much else in this match besides those rolls, and yeah, that's really it. So that's going to be our squad for this week of the PGBL. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Check out Randy and come back tomorrow, guys, for the actual battle itself. So with that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow. Later, everybody.
No matter where you're at, I'm not here to make friends, it's time to attack and deplete your HP with a final smash. Don't make me turn around and pull a 6-foot hacks. 6-foot hacks, yeah. 6-foot hacks, yeah. 6-foot hacks,